All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to USG. Hello, hello, hello. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get the studio, or my studio popped up. So, in case it's been a while since you heard from any of us, we are back. We are back. We are currently in a brand new format. Mainly because of interpersonal reasons. So here with me, as always, is the one and only Dova.
Hello, my geekers. Good to be back with the United States of Geek.
We did kind
I
of.
was,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll end this. I kind of took a long break from it for who in the hell knows how long, but when that break was over and I got back together with this lovable human here, hey, we figured like he welcomed me back with open arms.
Yep. We got the issues figured out, and we've kind of ended things amicably, and we're moving forward from there. All right. So, all right, Dova. Well, got to do a little bit of talking here for a while. Probably for about a good solid half hour because we got a bunch of stuff to show off and little time to show it. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the Discord channel to go back and get that streamed up. I am watching the video alongside it. It is not showing up for them.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We had him on VRC.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It's got a delay. It's got a delay. Okay. So, anyways, all right. So, I'm also gonna go ahead and pop that up on stream for everyone else, so that way y'all can see it. All right. So, Dova, got a question for you.
Alrighty.
What does GTA 6 and A Plague Tale have in common?
Huh. They could be both like an ogre.
Well, at least that's what Asobo says. Asobo has gone on record with Eurotrip. Robert Purchase. I might be pronouncing your name wrong, Robert, so I apologize. But basically, the team at Asobo, which are behind Plague Tale, Requiem, Plague Tale, the whole series, they are afraid. They are deeply afraid. As stated by Asobo themselves, all along the production, we were like, okay, our release date could be this year, and then there's GTA. Residents of Plague Tale Requiem's producer Eric Chort, he told Robert Purchase during a recent chat. All the studios in the world were thinking about it. When you know that GTA is coming, you know, in terms of marketing, in terms of players, the time to play games, GTA is the ogre. And I'm paraphrasing here because I know everyone's reading along probably. It's the biggest one, and it is. It is. I will be honest. This game is definitely. There are definitely a few games that are definitely close to it. You have a Barbie Collection, which comes out, I believe, the week of or the week prior. Also, Godzilla has a remake coming out. A few other games are coming out within that November, but I don't see them being big enough to kind of really have much of a flourish outside of people who just want to feel nostalgic and play those games. They also kind of state so you try to adapt, you try to avoid it, but then this year we see that there are only good games, or at least a lot of good games, so we're like, okay, that's the industry, and we try to make the best game possible. As a studio, that's the best you can do. And you try to make the best game possible with what you have, the most authentic one. You have your identity, make it different, try to make it different from all the other ones. After all that, you've done the best, you've done your best, and you'll see, but it's definitely an odd year to go out. And it really is. Between September, October, and November, I don't see there being any good month for any game to really thrive or flourish, at least on their own. And like I said before, you do have some brave ones. You have Phantom Blade Zero, which I do have that wiki popped up. That one is coming out the 29th of October. And that, I believe, is like 2 or 3 weeks close to the the big day. At least 2 or 3. You still with me, Dova?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
at least that, and I can tell this to the viewers, at least the joke finally can end the we get this before GTA 6. That joke's finally coming to an end.
Well, we're all, to kind of add to that joke, we're also getting Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy the August of 27 this year. I said that weirdly. Let me paraphrase again. Let me rephrase that again. We get Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy this August 27th. So, speaking of going back to September, which I know is kind of a daunting kind of thing, we do have Wolverine, which does look fantastic. And I know before show I kind of showed you a little bit of it, so I'll go ahead and play this again a little bit more, and you tell me what you think. For the viewers at home, in case you're wondering why there's no audio, we do have each one of these muted just in case we get copyright strike. But this is Wolverine. It's coming out September 15th. You do get to play alongside Jean Grey and a few other kind of memorable X-Men characters. They haven't really confirmed who all is going to be in it. They've only confirmed a handful of characters. But the
And
combat... sorry, go ahead, Deva.
And I know I've told this to Noah, when you see that lovable pink aura, who before you see Jean Grey, which mutants do you guys think of?
Ooh. Well, there's no one
Psylocke.
else watching it, but besides you, me, and that's about it. So probably whatever reply you have, post it in the comments or post it here.
Yeah, please do, because then if you see that purple aura, which X-Men do you think of?
Well, anyways, we're also going to skip a little bit forward in time, kind of show off a little bit more of the combat, a little bit more of the range. Here we go. So this is the main big bad of, I believe this area is, if I'm remembering the state of play correctly. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, watch this. You got Wolverine's. He's basically down, right? So now he's back up, and he can. So basically, to anyone who wants to pick this up on September 15th, or pre-order now at your local GameStop, wherever they sell games. If you don't feel like going out to your local GameStop, feel free to go on to the PlayStation Store and purchase it. It is a whopping $69.99, so about $70 game. However, you could, if you're feeling frisky, pay the $80 and pay for... I'm going to go and look at that real quick for everyone. Go and pause that. That's a good place to pause. What you will get with the Digital Deluxe Edition is the game, 5 exclusive suits, 5 exclusive claws, 3 technique points, the classic brown suit, so the suit that he fought the Hulk in, reflective claws, early unlock, and 1 technique point, as well as 4 PlayStation avatars, all for the whopping price of $80. Now, however, if you just decide you want to buy the game and then maybe at a later date decide that you want all this fun stuff, maybe you find some challenges hard, you could pay the additional $10, and again, that you'll be paying quite a bit for it as you go. But again, this game comes out September 15th, and it looks fantastic. This was one of the first games of the State of Play. Dova, any additional thoughts?
To the guy who I loved in the X-Men series, Wolverine. I don't think anyone can do better Wolverine than him.
Well, that's not Hugh Jackman. That's playing him this time around. It's a different Irishman though, or a different Australian. I think they
Ah,
found Australians play the best Wolverine.
but we all know Hugh Jackman's got always got it under wraps.
Yeah, they're always gonna make him do it till he's 90. All right, and other news coming out of the state of play, we do have first gameplay look at God of War Laufey. This one will see you play as Kratos' dead wife, for Faye, uh, basically Laufey. People are just kind of upset that you play as, well, woman. So much so, I kind of went on TikTok earlier this week and kind of stated my argument about that. That, look, love it or hate it, we have been playing as women in games for 40 plus years. All right.
I mean,
Whether,
take like Cloud, for example.
hmm?
You can either play as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
The
But
Tales of Chris on Switch, I do believe, if I'm correct.
I believe so.
You play as a woman.
Metroid, you play as a woman. Tomb Raider, you play as a woman. There are a lot of games where you play as women, and we'll get to one of those such games in just a minute, I believe, because no, they're not able to see it. So one of them being Stellar Blade. That one got a lot of hate, and I, to a certain degree, I do understand it. I do understand that hatred. But at the same time, you can't really kind of complain too much. It's a video game at the end of the day, not the Mona Lisa. You're gonna play it, either you are or you're not. With me, I don't really know if I'd pick this one up. I might just watch it for the story on YouTube when it comes live, but and probably I'll definitely review it for you all. But at least here in the Discord channel. But yeah, no, this is God of War Laufey. Basically, she's got her own move set, but I get the frustration. But at the same time, variety is the spice of life. Dova, any additional thoughts over the gameplay?
For the gameplay, I mean, the thing that she used, the axe, that's the thing. But I didn't know she was actually a sword wielder.
Mm, she's a Jotun. But yeah, no, this is a really good looking game. I think it's gonna do well with critics, but with audiences, with how it is already, they're already posting the memes about how she probably shouldn't have a game of her own. But that's kind of mostly all the big news coming out of State of Play. There were a few other titles, don't get me wrong. I will preface this by saying to everyone, between the Wednesday of this showcase and the Tuesday of the Nintendo Direct, there were a ton of games. So, of course, we're going to leave a lot out. If you felt like we left something out, please let us know in the comments and we'll do better next time. All right? All right. So, I think we're going to move on to SGF. What do you think?
Let's go ahead.
All right. So, coming out of SGF, the first thing to come out of SGF was Resident Evil Code Veronica. So I'm going to go ahead and skip just a minute or two, about a half minute into the trailer. No, wait, about a minute. Minute and a half. Hold on. And it'll look like I'm scrolling, so sorry, but here we go. And here is the official kind of locations and all that for Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. It looks fantastic in my opinion. And I'm going to go ahead and loop it. But yeah, this is man. I mean, Resident Evil fans are getting what they want this coming year, so be on the lookout for that when it comes out. And it is about to say, so don't worry. It's like at least the release window year.
All in all, I kind of have my good thoughts. Oh, there's your year.
There's your year. And there's your systems. It's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Steam, Switch 2, and I don't know, wherever else you can play games. Oh, mainly those consoles, though. But I think.
Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Start your thoughts.
Okay, usually with Resident Evil, yes. Yep, we have this little thing again. You're playing as a woman. I say it's a great thing for people to actually just play the member of the opposite sex for once instead of in the male's point of views.
I wholeheartedly agree that this attributes to that earlier argument with God of War Laufey, where here we have a girl, Claire Redfield, one of the most famous video game girls, probably of the 90s, too. And yeah, no, there's not one complaint here, but when it comes to God of War Laufey, that is, oh my god, that is abysmal. I don't mean to downgrade everyone. We'll get into it when we get to Fandom Wars a little bit more. But yeah, I think God of War Laufey looks good, but this does look great, and it definitely brings back that Resident Evil kind of eerie vibe of just kind of small enclosed spaces. You gotta fight off the T-virus zombies or whatever. That kind of shows how much of a gamer I am. I haven't played Code Veronica in so many goddamn years.
How many Resident Evils did we suffer through?
At least a dozen or more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
The remake of Resident Evil 2. I played a bit of it, and it's okay.
Yeah. It is. But I mean, to the Resident Evil fans out there, you are definitely going to get your money's worth next year.
Definitely.
But yeah. So we're going to go ahead and leave Veronica for right now. We'll get to her when that date comes comes closer. So coming out of Studio MDHR, they are announcing 2 Cuphead games. First off, they have announced that, I'm going to let the video subtitles kind of speak for itself, that they're doing a new Cuphead game. Yeah. And it looks, we don't know anything more than that. They're kind of just starting it and everything else like that. But this could be Cuphead 2. So we don't know. They do kind of a fake out where they're about to leave, but then they talk about how they got something just for people to wait for. And I don't remember if this one has a date. This would have been better if we coordinated better last week. Straight out of SGF. Oh, go right ahead, Dova.
Oh, it's just like, it's like everybody remembers that little Cuphead kid that always gets into trouble.
Yeah. But no, here, they've prepared a sneak peek of this one. This one looks like they're heavily inspired by the Saturday morning cartoons of the 80s. Granted, you can find most of these trailers online. All you gotta do is just look them up. We got them on long enough. But Mighty Cuphead Adventure, that's coming out, I think, pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. I think within the next 6 months to...
It's a bigger one.
Yeah. Oh no, it's currently in development. They don't know when. But it does look good. But it looks
I
like
will
a
agree.
Saturday morning cartoon. And it looks cute. It looks like something. It's probably for your diehard Cuphead fans. But go ahead. Go ahead, Dova. I'll let you take it some more.
As seeing it like it is, it's like, yeah, wow, okay. So currently in development, I think it'd be a good. I think it's gonna be a good one. Nothing more to this one.
Yeah, no. Not really. Outside of that, we got a release date for Stranger Than Heaven, which looks great, and honestly, that one's gonna have a challenge because we're coming out of the holidays. When the release date comes out, you'll understand what I mean. We're gonna be coming out of the holiday season. GTA 6 is going to be dominating for at least 8 weeks. And then here comes this one, which it looks great. Yeah, by the way, there is nudity. So please be aware of that. Yeah, but yeah, you got Snoop Dogg coming in.
Well, then this game's gonna be popular already. If Do Double G is gonna be in it.
Oh, no, 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 it's not over yet. Guess who? Tupac Shakur.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, January 15th next year is when this game releases, and it releases on the Xbox consoles, Steam, and PlayStation 5.
And
So
of course, it is a game.
it is from Sega, and I don't know. On the one hand, I do like the fact that Tupac kind of came in and kind of did things, or not, well, not Tupac himself, but that Snoop Dogg allowed the rights for Tupac to kind of be used and everything else like that. I think that was fantastic, and I think it's just interesting. But at the same time, I I have a little bit of what's going on called Japanese fatigue, where I'm not. It's not that I'm not in love with Japanese culture. If far from it.
I mean, we got personas that's
Well, we're gonna
Japanese.
yeah, we're gonna get to that when we get to the Xbox showcase, but uh, yeah, he was one of the biggest reveals, and that was pretty cool. And but at the same time, I'm kind of fatigued with playing in Japan, or at least playing games that are set in Japan. I was already starting to feel that with God, what's that game? The Assassin's Creed Shadows. I was already starting to
Ah,
really feel it with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I felt it a little bit more with Ghost of Yotei last year, but definitely here I felt it. I can feel it a little bit of it, but it looks great. I'm sure there'll be some audience for it. This game comes out on January the 15th, so go ahead and start waiting for the pre-orders to go live if you're interested. Outside of that, we got
I'm gonna
some
I'm gonna
news.
go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Who remembers them four little turtles?
Well, they're not so little anymore. This is coming from THQ Nordic and Black Forest Games. They are or Paramount Game Studios, THQ Nordic and Black Forest Games. So Black Forest Games, for those who don't remember, they are behind the. Yep, there you go. Oh, Platinum. Sorry, that's from what? I thought Black Forest was behind it. Did Black Forest got dropped from it? But basically, oh wow. Basically, this adapts when the last Ronin comic line where only one of the Mutant Ninja Turtles is left alive, and he kind of goes on his own shtick and own spiel. So yeah, be on the lookout for that one. It's going to drop maybe next year. I don't know. I think in a few years. But the last I checked on my information, Black Forest Games were behind it. So give me like a second. But yeah. Anyways, that comes from games. So that was also shown off at SGF. Uh, Also about SGF and games that are coming out, we are getting another Stellar Blade, which fine, whatever. I don't personally, I don't enjoy Stellar Blade, which I get it. It's not made for people like me that have a lot of patience and time to learn every button mechanics and everything else like that. But I found Eve from the first one to be a little tanky. To make a long story short, there I found her very tanky. Um, but yeah, we got a new one. I believe this comes out. This comes from the same team that did the first one, I believe. Captured entirely in PC, on PC. So go ahead, and if you were a fan of Stellar Blade, or if you weren't, but this kind of goes back to that earlier argument about gaming, women in gaming.
Yep. And I never actually seen Stellar Blade, so this actually looks pretty good in my end.
Yeah, there is a lot of combat, but again, Stellar Blade got a lot of flack a few years ago when it came out for objectifying women, which again, okay, like we haven't been doing that since '86.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't do that with Metroid. Like we didn't do that with Tomb Raider. My God, we really did objectify her quite a bit. Or Claire Redfield, or Tifa Lockhart, or any of those girls. So does it really matter? What the character model looks like? If it looks like that, it looks like that. It's from Japan anyways, so chill out. But of course, the biggest news to come out of SGF was Final Fantasy VII.
I was about to say, speaking of Tifa Lockhart.
Yeah, speaking of. This is the final game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. And we did get more information as the week went on. It is coming to most modern platforms outside of Switch. But there you go. There's the weapon. The materia. You get to fly the high wind. So
and of course, be with the famous avalanche.
Yep.
And of course, my two of my favorite characters are in here. I'm going to go ahead and say their names: Cloud Strife and Vincent Valentine.
Mm-hmm. And you can play as any one of them at any given time. So there is an ATB mechanic, as always with most of the modern Final Fantasy games, but you can also switch it up. There is an additional thing that they talked about during the SGF, where you can be synergetic with your partners. I don't know if that was in Rebirth, so help me. Somebody correct me if I was wrong there. But
I'll
yeah,
have to look. I played through Rebirth. I'm still going through it.
Yeah, so yeah, if there is synergetic moves and everything else like that, let me know. But this was the last game shown at SGF. which I know disappointed a lot of people who were looking forward to Grand Theft Auto getting a pre-order date. Which, don't worry, we are investigating that. We will give you more information in the following weeks as that kind of comes to fruition as we are scanning the internet.
There's your consoles.
Yep, there's your consoles. So go ahead and pre-order them if you want when it's live for pre-order. I already have a friend of mine who he cannot pre-order it for the life of him. He doesn't have a Switch 2, but I want to help him out there.
And speaking of which, since it is going to be my birth month, and since my birthday's next week on a Sunday.
Happy birthday, man.
Thanks. As for the mechanics of, as me and Noah talked before, this is the what we call the final disc.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy has always been, in the PlayStation era, had been 4 discs. We received the first, second, and third already. This is the final.
Oh, yeah.
When you actually get to Meteor and figure out what the weapon, how are you going to defeat it, yes, you need one thing and one thing only, and that is strategy.
Yeah,
if you don't have that, you are going to die a lot of times.
Oh, definitely. And, that's kind of where things lied for... But, yeah. We will also talk about this one at our final bit of the show. So, next up... I'm going to preface this by saying this is probably one of the better showcases of the week. Really great showcase. Really fantastic. The pacing was problematic, with this next one, I don't really know how to feel about this. Okay, so the news basically broke before the Xbox Game Showcase that Gears of War E-Day was no longer a multi-platform game, which, you know what, fine, I didn't want to play it anyways. That's not to say I hate the Gears of War series. I think they are fantastic games. They just never resonated with me. But here is Gears of War E-Day. They dropped a whole entire demo reel, so I ain't going to basically bore everyone with the 7-minute video about the demo and everything else like that. So we're just going to show off the gameplay mechanics and everything and kind of go from there. So you got your traditional kind of combat style from the Gears of War where you're cover firing and everything, and it's Gears of War, all right. And it looks good. It looks really good. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. See there. I mean, a little bit of Call of Duty, a little bit of Doom there.
Well, it was the big contender back in the 360 days, so I understand completely where a lot of people are kind of going to be upset, like me, that they're not going to be able to get to play this one on PlayStation 5. That said, am I not going to be able to play it in general? No, I have my Xbox somewhere, but it was a big misfire. I believe the person that is now behind Xbox Studios, Asha Sharma, correct? Am I saying that name correct, Dova? Asha Sharma?
Yes, you are. Asha Sharma.
Yeah. She's kind of stumbling a little bit. You can't really fault her. She definitely has some very massive shoes to fill because, well, Phil Spencer left and he retired, and that's fine and dandy and everything else like that. So this is kind of her first showcase with the Xbox team and everything else like that. Not her first showcase just in general, just kind of her first showcase really as the head of Xbox, as kind of the
her first run of the mill.
Yeah, her first run of the mill. Yeah. And I think it looks great. I really do.
But she just needs to get that. I'm sorry to bash her on this one, but Xbox, I mean, you guys also need to get PlayStation players and Nintendo players onto this too. I mean, if you guys want to reach out to the other players, gotta get them too.
Well, to be fair, I don't think Sony gave him much of a choice when Helldivers 2 released. But now, this one, I'm going to basically try and look for a release date for everyone, so go ahead and skip most of that. Okay, Gears of War E-Day is coming October 6th to the Xbox only. So maybe it's a limited time release, but who knows? We will not know until it comes out. We're also going to save that one for... Well, we're not going to save it. No, we're not. But basically, we're going to go into the next one. The reason why I say that there was a massive pacing problem is because of this one. Dova, I am excited for this next one. Like, I can't tell you how many hours I have spent in this land growing up as a kid. I spent so many hours slaying Hobbs and Balverines and Hollow Men.
The Guildmaster saying your health is low. You have any more weapons or fruit?
I have spent so many hours that I believe that part of the problem why my Xbox 360 is giving out the way it was because I was always interchanging the discs between the first three. And for those who don't know or probably can't see the other side of that, this is Fable. This is by the team behind the Forza Horizon games. This is the new teaser for it, and this immediately showed after Gears of War E-Day. And it introduces a new kind of... I don't... People online are calling her a villain. I don't view her as that. I view her as an extremist. She's played brilliantly by Haley Atwell, which is a shame. I can't play the audio for it, but it's wonderful to finally have her in a Fable game, let alone any game just in general, especially his series that I adore. But like I said before, the problem with this is, this was immediately after Gears of War E-Day. This felt like a kind of like an end of showcase deal. But yeah, no, you get to see the new, you get to see a lot of the characters that were shown off in the prior trailers. There are some bridge gaps in between. It's a lot more eerie and a lot more sinister, but you do also get a lot more of a focus on what the story is. Kind of a mix of silly but serious, which is what the Fable series is known for. Sillily serious. Dova, go ahead and take it away a little bit more. I believe we're a little over halfway.
I've seen somebody that played the Fable games on the 360. My friend of mine. There was so many jokes about them releasing another Fable, but never really got to it.
Well, Lionhead Studios shut down about 10 years ago. And Peter Molyneux, he never could deliver on anything. No disrespect to Peter Molyneux. My God, man, you have built my childhood from the ground up.
But now seeing this...
Hey, can I add in something?
Go right ahead. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, let me go ahead and introduce this one. Before you, this is Jacob. He is a good friend of ours, and go ahead, take it away.
So, I have this game called Sonic Racing Crossworlds for the Nintendo Switch. And recently, I played it on my Switch, obviously, because that's... Well, it's not the Switch 2. I fortunately found a copy for the Nintendo Switch, the original one. However, I've noticed that it is identical to Sonic Racing Transform, or let me rephrase that. Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform. Because it gives you the ability to transform into a plane, into a boat, back into a car. And it has that similar, general aspect of racing and, showing with different characters, like it did in Sonic Racing Transform. And that's all I wanted to say.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, no, yeah, we'll talk about that also. I believe there was something mentioned about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds too at SGF, if I'm not mistaken. But going back to the video, so we do get some additional combat. She is
in
playing.
the game?
Oh,
God dang!
it looks fantastic. We did get an additional demo that showcases the romance side of things and everything, and yeah, but we do get this final reveal, and oh, look at that. It's Jacob Blades, and it comes out February 23rd, 2027. You can pre-order right now at any given time. The collector's edition will run you about $200, but you will get 5 days access before the game comes out. This game comes out onto Xbox X and S on day one, cloud day one, or not cloud, Game Pass day one. A lot of these games they are Game Pass exclusives day one, for sure. But it is also coming to Steam and PlayStation 5. So thank you, Asha Sharma. But also thank you for kind of making me go, okay, that was it. That was the showcase. Because I missed this next game. I swear to God, I will go back in and go to the Discord channel where I posted it.
You mind if I give it a little start before you hit the video?
Yeah, give me a second. So, yeah, I posted this one at 1:30 the following morning. And, my God. But here you go, everyone. It's about time we got another one of these.
You know him. You love him.
It's
He's that adorable little dragon that he first came on PlayStation along with Crash. We all know this lovable dragon. It is Spyro.
But my God, how was I foolish enough to miss this one? This one hurt. This one hurt to miss. Especially during one of the largest showcases of the year. One of the best showcases, too. For those who don't know, he is currently developed by Toys for Bob, so this is a brand new Spyro adventure where a lot of it does seem open world. The thing that I have to compliment a lot of the studios for this year, especially with the SGF showcase, the Xbox Game Showcase, is that they also feature gameplay. So a lot of what you're seeing right now, it's active gameplay. I believe they said, hold on. It was captured on PC. This is susceptible to change. So this comes out next spring, which it looks fantastic. It also comes to, to anyone who missed it.
There you go.
It also comes out Game Pass day one. So it comes to X and S, Steam, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch 2. We'll give you an update as we get closer to date on that one. But again, Fable was kind of the big one, and that's kind of why that tab is being left up there. Nova. So this next one, we got basically a new missions trailer, which it's for Halo Campaign Evolved. It comes out here in the end of July 28th, if I am not mistaken. July 23rd. July 23rd.
There's going to be one friend that's going to be particularly happy to see that one go out.
Oh, A lot of people are going to be happy. This one is not coming to Xbox. Well, I think it is. Hold on. Let me look. So, it's basically kind of a prologue before the fight. This also comes to Xbox Series S and S, Steam, and PlayStation 5. And mainly the big deal is it's coming to PlayStation 5. My god. We get the Xbox game. The biggest Xbox game of all time. One of the biggest Xbox games of all time. We get it on PlayStation 5. That's amazing.
Sony is probably going to be thanking them because not most people get to play Halo on a PlayStation console.
Well,
so having it out for PlayStation is going to be amazing.
Yeah. And finally, before we leave the Xbox showcase, we've been talking for about 45 minutes now. My god. We got Clockwork Revolution, which this got a release window as well as an interesting dilemma. For those who haven't been following along the last few years, this is the BioShock Dishonored inspired game where there's kind of just a lot of things going on. Basically, the story here is when your gang's heist goes sideways, you're thrown back in time and discover your reality has been altered by the ruthless Lady Ironwood. In this first-person team RPG, you'll wield a device to travel between past and present, rewriting the future of the city you call home and changing the course of history however you see fit. So, to anyone who's playing on PlayStation, I am so sorry, but this one ain't coming out there. This is kind of the Dishonored, not the Dishonored, the Deathloop game all over again, where we're probably not going to get it for about a year or two on that console, but it does look good.
But when it does, we'll be happy to receive it.
But there is a window, I believe, next year. I might be incorrect. Yes, coming in 2027. This, again, is Clockwork Revolution.
I love it how it's a due time.
But now it's changed to 2027. And it is an Xbox console exclusive. So, we're going to go ahead, because we are running low on time, and jump out of the Xbox showcase and into the Nintendo Direct that occurred on Tuesday. So, a lot of people called this one. This one was the last of them. Again, we're not going in or any necessarily big order, but we are getting an HD remaster of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time sometime later this year. And Dova, you go ahead and start talking. I feel like I've been talking ears off all this time.
Oh, Noah, they love to hear you too. You know this.
I know.
But anybody who has played Ocarina of Time on their first console, which would be, if I'm not mistaken, the Nintendo 64?
It is 64.
For Ocarina of Time to be processed through Nintendo 64, then it jumps to the Nintendo 3DS, and then it makes a huge jump to our Switches now.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, it came to Switches anyways, but that does.
It's like, how many years do you think Link has been sleeping inside a Nintendo Switch for him just to wake up and pop out?
Right. Well, I mean, this is to celebrate his 40th anniversary, and honestly, it looks great. It looks fantastic.
40 years. Wow.
But, alright, so we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a Critics Quest. So, I had the chance. Sorry, Dova. Don't mean to override and kind of, like, skip over Ocarina of Time. Oh, we'll probably
That's
go for
okay.
about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Anyways, so here you go. This is the brand new Star Fox game. It comes out here in about a week or two. And I played the demo. And I'll say this, when this one releases, I am more than likely going to play the 64 version because I really can't tell a difference outside of the graphics from it.
I, as looking at this right now, I would be doing the 64 version. I will agree with you there. I think this is a huge misfire.
Definitely. This would have been the game back in the final year before the Switch 2. If this game came out a year or two prior. But for this game to come out this year, especially after the Mario 64, or about, not the Mario 64 movie, the Mario Galaxy movie, yeah, I get why, but wouldn't it make more sense to hype him up for a later project? I'm just saying, this was a misfire. This one I'm not a fan of. I think the Nintendo Direct is kind of a low point. The game itself, again, it's just Star Fox 64, which it's good. It's good, but it's not perfect. It's not as great as it could be or different as it could be. Don't get me wrong, the demo does offer different gameplay mechanics, but different ways to play, everything else like that. You can try it out for yourself if you have Switch 2 right now, but a lot of people don't, so kind of.
I mean, looking at the character. Sorry to override you, Noah.
No, you're good.
Looking at the characters right now when they pop up in their little transmission, they do look almost a little more real, and that's almost scary.
Well, they're also doing it with a. If you buy the game, you get basically this unlockable, customizable option to turn yourself into any one of these characters. So in game chat, you can basically communicate as these characters. But wow, this is a misfire. This was very tone deaf.
Let's go ahead and jump out of this one and go to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, we do got a bigger piece of news. Go ahead.
Now this one. Oh boy. Playing this from the PlayStation Portal and it going to the Nintendo Switch. Wow.
This is
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. From that big of a jump. Holy heck. I would say, does Sora ever get a rest?
Give him about another 500 games. Then he can die in peace. But yes, we do get the Disney characters. Yes, you do get the combat again. Yes, you get to play as Sora with the Keyblade and everything else like that. It looks great, though. It looks fantastic. I wish this game had a release window. I really do.
Even the Unversed looks different. I mean, good God.
It looks great.
I love it, actually.
But I mean, this is definitely the big game that's going to be probably memed to death that it ain't coming out and everything else like that. I mean, outside of Half-Life 3. But still, it's going to come to Switch 2, so don't you worry. We'll keep you also posted on that one. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and kill those two tabs. But finally, this is the final big piece of news coming out of the Direct. All right. And Dova, I'm going to let you talk about this one.
Wow. Who remembers Woohoo Island? I mean, who remembers it? I mean, like, take it from the Wii, and then, yeah. So it looks like archery comes back, the paddleball comes back. Jet ski seems like it's new. A little bit. But we also get to hear that boxing is back, so that means we get to face Matt again. Why wouldn't it be Wii Sports without Matt? Yeah, table tennis. That's what the game I was trying to think of. Yes, archery comes back. Bowling's still around. Basketball comes back. Tennis. It's always been around. Oh, a new one. Volleyball. Okay. Yes, the all important Wii bowling. And then, so there's good mechanics. Oh, golf is apparently coming back. Thumb wrestling, that's new. Skateboarding, okay, so that's how they do it. The power cruising, it looks pretty good. And then you got the prop planes that you fly over Woohoo Island. A new one, a jump rope one? Okay. I'm wondering what happened to swordplay.
Might come back in the DLC. Who knows? They
Yeah,
did do DLC for the last Switch Sports.
But anything is like, when it comes to boxing, yeah, we'll get to face Matt again, and boy, did we miss him.
Oh, yeah. But this one comes out October 22nd, 2026. So, again, you are definitely having some very ballsy release dates coming closer to Grand Theft Auto 6. So, just be cautious, just beware. That in part concludes our basically hour-long geeking. Pre-orders begin today, so get it for the Switch 2 if you got a Switch 2, but don't hold your breath too much if you do. Anyways, so going forward from that, out of that, let's go ahead and open up Fandom Wars. So first up, we're going to go ahead and play through the trailers. We're going to hear from each one of our lovely audience members who are with us right now. So, if you want to talk about this game, go ahead and we'll talk to you about it.
As I previously stated on the way back, Final Fantasy in the OG series has always been in 4s. Every Final Fantasy game discs has been in 4s. You get the beginners, you get further into the story, then you get close to the plot, and then you get the final boss. With this one, I will say this would be the boss one to it, especially since you get to face old Seppi. I mean, you face Seppi in the first remake, and then I'm still playing through the Rebirth. So once I know the mechanics of it, I will let our lovable host know.
Well, yeah, and then you can go ahead and review it right here in the Discord channel. If you two want to join our Discord channel, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will leave you all a link. But anyways, Jacob, do you have anything to add about Final Fantasy VII Revelations? Oh, okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Fable. So with this one, I'm going to go ahead and look up the demo that they put out for this game. It looks great, by the way. So, Jovi, you have not seen this one yet, but it definitely needs this polish coming. Basically, William Kennedy, he talks about the game, he introduces some mechanics, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump ahead. And I'd say Albion looks great, but it definitely could use some those final months for the polishing to be complete.
Wow. Okay. Seeing it from back then and then to now, I I'm speechless.
Yeah, this is the land of Albion. It is Silverbrook, which is a peaceful farming town located. I forget. He says where. Oakshire. It's a peaceful farming town in the largest settlement of Oakshire, and my God, it's just everything kind of looks great. This is where they what they talked about is this is where the first interview trailer, if you remember way back, a few years ago, the first interview trailer with Richard Ayoade, him being the giant, and then the hero being small as can be, and that was kind of the first trailer everyone got for it, and then people kind of hated on it for being a little too woke and everything else like that. This is the game. This is my game of 2027. You could
I
do
will agree with you there. This will be this is actually the better version of. I mean, not to bash on Xbox, but yeah, the graphics of that is like wow.
Well, this
But
was
with
played on the Series X. A lot of the journalists they got to look at it. We got to look. Well, we here at USG got to look at it after they did. So, because we're not fancy, we're not fancy, Nova. But you can go into town, and every town has its reputation of you. So the town's kind of, so it's this great big map, and each town kind of operates out on a smaller little map, but you can kind of communicate with them. And if you try to do anything weird, they'll think you're weird. You try to do anything criminal, they'll think you're very criminal. If you murder a whole bunch of townsfolk, well, you're a murderer.
yeah,
You try to steal from them, you're a thief. You could be a
you become a
business.
hero, then you're a hero.
Yeah. But it doesn't go to kind of like, oh, well, you're an outright hero if you're in this one town. Word don't travel like that in this version of Albion. But here we're going to go ahead and play a little game of what would you do in this case. So here is this pig. He recently can talk for some odd reason.
Hmm.
And it sounds funny. It sounds really good. It looks really good. Just in general and for the people at home.
Hmm. But I will say, Fable. With this version, I think they may have had a hit.
They do. They definitely do.
As for the rest of it, I'm kind of speechless for this right now. I mean, ever going to see this in the PlayStation 5 world?
All right.
It's
So, yeah. This is going to be on 5, day 1, too. February 18th if you get the premium. So, here we go. Do we kill the pig or do we let the pig live? Dova, what's your choice?
I was gonna say let the pig live, but I don't know.
Okay, well, anybody who sees this after the fact, you guys can play along in the comments. But yeah. So, to be the pessimistic here, I say the pig must die. But I've already seen this one like a few dozen times, so I know how it goes. So, I'd say the character models do look a little bit rough, but I mean, a few more months to polish, and by, I'd say, the Game Awards this year, it could be the biggest game of 2027. If not the ultimate game to buy of 2027. For me, it is definitely high up on the must-buy list.
Yeah.
But it is also important to note what he said here. The consequences are dire. They can block off a lot of choices. So, like the demo driver did. He's letting the pig live. So congrats, Dova. So there you got consequences here, Dova.
Buy the pig.
You're gonna buy the pig. All right. Are you sure you don't want to fight him for it?
I mean, well, depends on how the frick would you fight him? Oh wait, you have the sword back there.
You do have a sword. And we're gonna get into it a little bit later, but yeah, no. But I mean, so you gonna pay the 2 gold? Or the 2,000 gold, or are you not gonna pay for that at all? Or you think that's a little too much, Dova?
If you're gonna become a hero, you would pay for the dang thing.
If you have the money. But yes, there you go. He's gonna pay for it, and by all Jove, that's going to give you a reputation of being shrewd with him. But with him, you're merciful and you're virtuous. So that impacts the relationships you have. Let's jump a little bit ahead and talk to Jack. Jack, he likes you because you're virtuous. So you could romance him, you could talk to him, you could get him to follow you, you could give him a gift, so on and so forth. But let's say you're in the mood for a little bit of romance, right? So you gave him gold and now he thinks you're kind. But you can talk to her. But she will like you because you're shrewd. She thinks you're savvy. So you can flirt with her and go from there. And that comes with its own set of instructions. But she'll think you're charming, but she won't date you until you're an entrepreneur and you wear fancy clothes and you have a residence here in Silverbrook. So, in order to do that, you gotta buy a business. So, this guy is gonna buy the bar. But you can also buy different other stores. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will be one. But from there, Jack the beggar can become Jack the bartender. But that makes you the entrepreneur that you are.
Yep.
But let's go on the opposite end of things. Because you gain this wealth, that may make you kind of icky to some people. Here's Rhiannon, the trader. And she thinks you're out of touch. Yeah, the tailor. But she thinks you're out of touch because you're shrewd, you're rich, you're an entrepreneur. Ugh. But she's humble. So can you really fault her for thinking that way?
No.
But because that has, in a sense, a consequence to it. She charges you more for the clothes. Your normal clothes will cost you about $1,500. She's charging you $1,200 more for them because she hates you. Yeah, she charges you 80% more. And now you are definitely looking the part of rich, but honestly, it looks a little goofy. But hey, you know what? You know what was the best part of Fable 2? I think, you know what the best part of Fable 2 was? And Fable 3 to that extent. I'd say the job mechanic. The job mechanic is back from Fable 2 and 3. So let's say you want to work in the blacksmith. So look here, you can play this little mini game and earn a little bit of product. You make excellent marks on these trident handles. you earn twice the amount of gold and you can earn up an additional multiplier. Granted, this is also susceptible to change, but you earn a amount of gold that now you can go buy a house. And with that money, you get the status of landlord. But at the same time, you can see that your goals with Megan are met. And let's go a little bit more on the inverse here. Let's say that you want to be a total shithead. Well, you can be a total shithead. Here you got this worker. She's beloved by the entire townsfolk. You fire her, you'll become heartless. She'll view you as heartless. And she'll become a beggar. But at the same time, that in turn has consequence. If you decide that you want to be just, a general menace to the public, you can. The decisions are yours to make, no matter which way you kind of go with it and kind of look at it. You can make all the right decisions if your heart so desires. If you can, I don't know, make him no longer be an adventurer because he shot him in the knee. But of course, the guards will come after you. And they'll just keep coming and coming and coming until they kill you, so on and so forth. This is definitely the biggest game of 2027. So be sure to look for it. I'm going to open up the floor to everyone else now, because I feel like I've been talking about it forever. Go right ahead, everyone else. Jacob, do you have any final thoughts before we move on? Dova, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Alright, do you have any final thoughts before we move on?
Nope. Let's move on to it.
Alright, so be sure to look out for Fable, February 23rd, 2027. As for Halo, I mean, of course, the big topic is the PlayStation 5 model. I feel like we've talked enough about women in gaming, so that's kind of why we've moved away from that plan, Dova. But Halo Combat Evolved, that comes out the 28th of July. Is it ready to go? Is it ready to go for PlayStation 5? We can go back a little bit into some gameplay. But here you go. It looks great. And there you go. You got the energy sword. Probably this is the multiplayer, if not the story itself. But Combat Evolved didn't have a multiplayer, did it? No, that was a last minute inclusion. Anyways. But yeah. It looks good. No, this is multiplayer. It looks really good, and this raises the question and this is not for mainly us to ask. This is more for us to ask Miss Sharma, Asha Sharma. Is it really worth it to make some games like Fable and Halo non-exclusive to the consoles of which they were native to, while others get to either have a limited time exclusivity or just no exclusivity whatsoever? But Dova, feel free to answer as Asha.
I kind of can't answer for her, but it's... Maybe she'll figure it out down the road. Hopefully.
I mean, she definitely knows what the gamers want, but she is definitely in a little bit of hot water herself. I mean, that also extends to Clockwork Revolution, which, again, let me give it that loop on. Which again, this game looks amazing. This game looks like a mix of BioShock meets, oh, I said it earlier, Dishonored.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great. It looks fantastic, and everything along those lines. But my God, this could
Heck,
you?
even Mass Effect.
Hmm?
Even Mass Effect.
Yeah. But this is a game that definitely could have used a little bit of love and life on the PlayStation. Halo, yes, I can agree. Its time in the sun has come and went, but this is a massive deal. This is Halo's always been a massive franchise, and putting Halo on Xbox, just Xbox alone, that in itself is a great deal. That makes the Xbox kind of have its life, that kind of have its identity. Putting Fable on PlayStation, yeah, fine. I didn't really have much of an identity outside of the 360, outside of the original Xbox days in 04, and the 360 days that were Fable 2 and 3, as well as the one we never talk about. But then, yeah, like I said during the initial debrief about the showcases and everything else like that, you have all these different types of games, different types of universes, different types of worlds, and you are keeping them locked up. Honestly, I think the smart call for them was to kind of showcase Spyro during that showcase, but like I said with Fable, the big problem was the pacing. Fable should have been an end of showcase game with how massive it is.
I mean, wow. I mean, this should have gone for PlayStation as well.
It should have. So if it's a limited time exclusive, please. If there is not going to be any inclusivity, then, well, damn it.
Yeah.
But this game looks fantastic. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, this would. Oh, that almost looked like that glove, that gauntlet that it showed right there. Didn't that come close to a little bit of in game?
Yeah. But at the same time, there has to be a plasma type effect at points, too. This is a good looking game. It looks great. I can't wait to play it, but I'm kind of a little hesitant to play it on Xbox and just Xbox alone. Compared to Halo Combat Evolved or Campaign Evolved, it's a fantastic game, everything else like that, but you are also opening the floodgates to something much larger here. You're opening the floodgates to every single Halo game coming out to that PlayStation console. To a PlayStation console. Is it fair? Maybe not, but is it kind of overwhelming a little bit to the player base? Not really. I mean, we all remember having LAN parties and everything else like that, but this I don't know. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. Don't get me wrong.
It just depends on how this is going to work.
It is going to depend on how this is going to work, and honestly, it might be a weird call to make. It's too soon to tell. We'll figure out if Xbox is making the right decision when that time comes around. But finally, so we're going to open up one more time to the floodgates about the exclusivity issues that are those two. Jacob, do you have anything more to add?
I guess
Oh,
not.
hold on. He's typing.
Ah.
I'm currently working on my house. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so finally we're going to talk about, of course, the big one coming out of this week. The one that, again, everyone called this one. We were getting a new Ocarina of Time. That was kind of a no-brainer. Sure, I kind of dismissed it, but I kind of thought that was kind of too vanilla. I think what would be the better call with at least Ocarina is basically you need to at least double package. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% convinced this is the bad end of the bargain. No, not at all. I mean, this is definitely the November game.
I mean, like you said, it's inching closer and closer to the ogre in the room.
Yeah, the massive white elephant that is Grand Theft Auto 6. But again, this is the... If there is any game that does stand an iota of a chance to compete with Grand Theft Auto 6 this fall, it's definitely this one. Both of these games are massive titans in their own field. Grand Theft Auto has always been kind of the innovation, the forefront, always the precursor to what comes next for open world games for the next amount of time until either the next Red Dead Redemption, or the next Grand Theft Auto game comes out. It always redefines the mold. It always redefines the method. Meanwhile, on the flip side, you have Ocarina of Time, which it redefined a generation. It redefined a console that was failing at the time. It redefined everything. It redefined how stories were told.
He said, like, putting it after the release of the Legend of Zelda movie. Very good, Jacob.
Yeah. I think that would have been a good call, but I think this is a great call, too. So that way it gets people amped and hyped for Zelda, but I'm not one of them. I'm not in that camp. It looks rough. Don't get me wrong, it looks good, but I still live and die by the fact that it should have been a Studio Ghibli movie. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But also, the way that Link looked in the 64, tried to get a remake on the 3DS, and now look at him.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. He looks beautiful. He looks like a child of the forest, a kokiri, but not fully a kokiri. Somebody that they have to that the kokiri have to tolerate because, well, he was put there.
Yep.
And of course, you see the Triforce Courage kind of manifesting. But like I said before, if there was any game that was going to go toe-to-toe with Grand Theft Auto, it is definitely going to be this one.
It would be this one, yes. Agreed.
This is going to be the thing that kind of makes the Switch 2 kind of pop out a little bit more. This is going to be what makes it go. And everything underneath the sun. This, and probably the prior month with the Switch Sports Resort, which does also look incredible, but I'm not a fan of the original Switch Sports. I think the original Switch Sports was too gimmicky, but this one looks great. This one definitely looks great. Any final thoughts on this November or whenever this game releases? I'm going to let the video play a little bit more.
For it, there are a lot of people that wishes that hopefully it comes out on top. Most of it is like, yeah, but as for you and me that like puzzle, and we all know when Skyward Sword came out, that they came out with great ones. So let's hope that the Switch 2 can put up to the hype as well.
Yep. Yep, and, here's Jacob. Oh yeah, the Amazing Digital Circus Last Act will be on YouTube on June the 19th. Well, yes, it will. I did get a chance last week to go see it, and it's a great finale. But you're gonna have a lot of emotions with that one. But yes, any more final thoughts on the November release calendar? I think that's a great place to bookmark too. As we started talking about the November calendar, and we're going to end talking about the November calendar.
Nothing that I can't think of right now. But I will say to the audience, if you ever see me play, I might even put out a video of the Final Fantasies Rebirth. Is it Rebirth or is it the other one that I'm going through right now?
It's Rebirth. I believe you said already.
Okay. I will put out there on my YouTube channel that I will be playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so that way all of us can see the game mechanics. And if you're wondering what my YouTube channel is, it is Dova Gamer. I will put it into a description for Noah to put out.
Well, put it in the comments. Put it underneath the comments. We'll tag it here in a minute. Anyways, also, this is from Jacob. Tim Allen will be returning as Buzz Lightyear the same day as the last act. Yes, he will. So, be sure to catch Toy Story 5 this week. There are a lot of great things coming out for the remainder of 2026 into 2027. Couldn't you agree?
Agreed. The one who did Buzz Lightyear movie, I'm afraid I have to bash on this on Noah. That is not Buzz.
I think it is. I have a theory where that was the movie that Andy watched. And as kids, we don't really fully pay attention to the movie. So, of course, he came up with his own story surrounding Buzz. But, yeah. Anyway, so, yes, we got Lightyear. So, yes, be sure to catch Toy Story 5 this week. I'm being kidnapped to Toy Story 5 this week. Against my will. So, I will give you all that review later on Thursday. So, alright. So, Jacob, any final thoughts about any of the games coming out for the remainder of 2026 or the first half of 2027?
Unless he's still working on it.
He probably is. Once, twice, 3 times.
Sold.
All right. All right. So, with that being said, I think that's a great place to kind of end off today. We do, like I said, have a lot of great games and everything else like that coming out for you, and we will keep you posted here in the Discord channel, here in the channel just in general. Basically, Dova, when are we returning?
Oh, returning to GS. The world still needs worked on. That's the thing.
Well, yes. So, for those who are not in the know, we are splitting off USG from here. So, we are still going to be hosting. We're still going to be hosting the live podcasts, but when it comes to how the show is going to be ran, how the show is going to be interpreted from here on out, Dova will be handling the VR chat section of it all. I will be handling the main podcast portion of this all. That includes also the blogs and everything else like that, the reviews, finalizing all that and everything else like that. As I believe a lot of our...
Cambot as well, Noah, so I'll need your help.
Yeah, no, you're going to need a Cambot for that one. But yeah, that's going to be streamed over to his YouTube channel, which, Dova, you will have the link to this video. Everyone here in the Discord channel will have the link to this video as well here at the end of the stream. But with that being said, I don't know when we are going to return again, as I am still working on my first feature film. Not my first feature film I've ever worked on, just my first feature film in general. We are currently, I'd say, about 3/4 of the way through development and pre-production. So we are close. We are closer than ever before. We've already got most of the character designs down, so on and so forth. Again, I can't wait to show you all when that is ready. We've also this is going to be the time for me to shamelessly plug. I'm sorry. Anyways,
Shameless plug.
yep. So we are also delaying the film out a year to accompany the basically the cavalcade that was the entirety of 2025. With a bunch of dramatic issues and everything else like that, we are better than ever, but we are still moving forward. Moving forward from there. Anyways,
I guess this is a good way to end off. The one next to me is Jacob. I'm Doe O'Brien, and of course, we got our lovely host, Noah Champ 98.
yep, and you have been geeked, and I want you all to stay geeky. We will keep you posted when we do come back. I'm thinking either we come back here later in the summer or maybe Gamescom, which is also still later in the summer, but still, it's up to us. We'll talk about it here later. But from all of us here at USG, we want you just to stay geeky and have a beautiful night.